I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. Today is Monday, April the 3rd, 2023. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. Let's get right into it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I know it was just a red carpet, y'all, but for some reason, I was loving this episode. So I'm going to give it an 8.5. It was good to me. We start off with Michael and Willow, and they're just like, are you sure you want to watch this? And she said, yes, she's excited. She's looking forward to watching the nurse's ball, and it'll take her mind off of tomorrow and everything that's going to happen with her bone marrow transplant. So he's like, okay, well, we can watch it. So then Drew come over, looking all nice, and Willow said, Drew, and even Michael was like, you look good. And so then we see Carly and them on the screen, and Drew darn near his jaws on the floor. He almost drooling looking at Carly on the screen. And they was like, okay. He said, well, I'm gonna go, but I just wanted to let you guys know you'll be missed. And they said there is no place else we would rather be than enjoying it here. And so when he leaves, Willow said, whew, he I hope Carly is better at hiding her feelings than Drew is, since they can't be around each other, of fear that they're going to get turned into the SEC. And I said, well, how long is that gonna go on? So anyways, so then we go to the hospital and we see Ava show up, and Austin is talking to Portia, and she said, Austin, you supposed to be my escort to this ball. Come on, get yourself together, because you taking me. And he was like, no, Portia just told me I have to consult on something. And Ava said, no, a promise is a promise. Ava looked really pretty, and she always wear that little mink and her earrings and stuff. For me, there's no one better when it comes to makeup and hair accessories than Ava. She's one of the best to do it. And so Portia said, well, it looks like you better go. So he was like, okay. So he got his suit that Ava brought him. He getting ready. And so then Portia and Ava talking. She said, and why you not going? She said, oh, because Curtis gonna be there. And she said, oh, Curtis filed for divorce. And Portia was like, no. I didn't say that. And Ava said, so if he ain't filed for divorce, that means that's still your husband. You need to use that ticket and get dressed and go to this ball. Don't let that man out of your sight. You better be like Offset was with Cardi B. It ain't no out of sight, out of mind for me. But anyway, so she said, okay. So then, y'all, we go to the ball, and Bobby, the nurse's ball, and Bobby, Maxie, and Brooklyn are talking, and Brooklyn was like, oh, I don't think they even have the updated sheet music. Bobby's like, no, I got it. So the crisis diverted. And so they're just talking and everything, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're pulling this together. And Lucy just keep on calling. Like she keeps calling Maxie and everything. And Maxie like, girl, leave me alone. I can't deal with this right now. I got other stuff to deal with. Don't call me no more. So then Chase and Brooklyn. So then we go and we see Chase and Brooklyn, and they talking in calls, they talking in riddles. I don't have time for it. I'm not interested in you two anymore. So y'all talking to each other, not saying what you're really meaning. Like, is it too late? What she really means is it too late for us? Y'all grown. Y'all are adults about this time. Already unslept with each other. Go on and put your feelings out there. And if he crushes your feelings, it is what it is. Chase, put your feelings out there. And if you don't like the person she is, then leave her alone. But y'all stop with this double talk and speaking in riddles. And we're going to go around, well, I'm saying this, but I'm really talking about us. No, we don't want to see. Well, I don't want to see this anymore. Let me move on. So then Link shows up or whatever when they was trying to have them a little moment between each other. And Link shows up. And of course, Chase is like, gotta go. And so Link said, was it something I said? She said, it's always something you said. And she was like, what are you doing? I'm busy working. This is Brooklyn the Lynx. And he was like, you just remember that you're not supposed to tell or you'll lose everything. I said, girl, if you won't Chase, you already lost everything. You didn't have the songs at first. Tell what you got to say about Lynx and let him use your songs. But see, Brooklyn's real selfish when it comes to those songs. Like, you can't write more. Apparently those were really good songs, but girl, you can write more and just tell your story about how he got your songs and everything. Ooh, just get on my nerves. So then we see with Sydney is hosting the red carpet, which is Chandra Wilson, and she did a really good job in this role. She was like, it was like she wasn't it was like talking to one of us. You know what I mean? She always does a really great job in her role. So she made the character gossipy, but she was also like just a regular person as well. Does that make sense? Anyways, so she's talking to them about the nurses ball, and they're saying, how and they're excited about it, and they hope they do Lucy proud, and they hope they raise a lot of money for HIV and AIDS. And so she said, oh, I see these Spencer girls are in the building. So Joss and Carly come up. I love Joss's dress. It was cute. Carly was lady in red. Ooh, I don't know that song. My, I should have did that. My, you sure look good. Cause don't he say put on your red dress? Anyways, child. So she was lady in red and she was looking cute or whatever. But Carly she's a pretty woman. So I like when they get to dress up and everything. So they was talking and they said, oh, so you no longer Mrs. Corinthos, and I heard you lost your hotel and the man and everything. How you doing? And she said, it's all good. You can't lose. All you could do is start a new chapter. She quoting some Miss Drew Untold or whatever. Okay, girl. So then Lucy watching all this, and she like, this is supposed to be about the charity. It's supposed to be about the charity. I don't get all too gossipy. I say, girl, I love the gossip. I love the gossip. But anyway, she said, but she's like, they can't do this nurses ball without men. I said, where you finna go? Sit your butt down, Lucy. You've caused enough harm. So then she was asking her, so that's when Chandra was asking Carly about Sonny, do you have a date or whatever? And then she said, oh, there he is, Mr. Corinthos. So then Joss looking at Dex looking at Joss. Carly said, come on, girl, because she don't want to be on the cover with Sonny. And Carly acting like she has resentment towards Sonny. And I'm like, what is this? On one hand, y'all try to make Carly be like, I'm over Sonny. I moved on to Drew. I'm so happy with my life. But on another hand, when she sees Sonny, she is like a hatred towards him or whatever. And I get it. Like some people will see someone that their ex or whatever, and they don't have good feelings towards them, but you almost make Carly come off as bitter. Does that make sense? Anyways, child. So Sonny come on up, and Sydney like, Mr. Corinthos still fine. I said, yes, he is. She said, still got them dimples. I said, yes, he does. And so she's like, who is this man? He said, my bodyguard, Dex. And she said, oh, you didn't come with a date tonight. I heard you was dating Nina Reeves. And then she said, oh, well, wait, here she go or whatever. So then here come Nina Reeves with Curtis. And Sonny move on out the way, right? So then Sydney started talking to Nina, and she said, okay, girl, I heard you got the man in the hotel. She got the man in the hotel and all that. I said, yes, she did. And she was just asking her question, and Nina wasn't saying too much. And then she talked to Curtis, told Curtis he was fine. Curtis was like, thank you, girl. And that was it, y'all, with them. Let's move on. So then we see Nina and Sonny talking, and Curtis and Dex go over because he was like, oh, they want to be together. And Curtis is like, let me move on so Nina and Sonny can talk. So he tells her, you look good, girl. And she said, thank you. You look handsome too. And it was nothing. They just talking, catching up and everything about how they wish they wanted to go together, but it is what it is. They can't be together. So that was it. They just greeting each other. So then we go over here with Jocelyn and Carly, and she said, you looking at a certain someone, wish you could be with him tonight if he was off duty. And she said, are you thinking about a certain someone that's not here tonight? I said, I don't want to talk to my mama like that. No thanks. So then we go over here to Bobby and Carly, and Bobby is mad. So she said, at least he didn't bring Nina on the red carpet. And Carly said, Mama, don't be mad on my behalf. Like, I'm over it. I said, well, didn't act like it. You still act bitter. And Bobby said, I know I'm being a hypocrite because actually I don't want you with him. I said, I don't either, Bobby. They was toxic together. I don't want them together either. Oh, that's what Sonny and Nina were talking about Nixon Falls too, and how their last dance. That was cute. I don't want them together either, Bobby, to be quite honest with you. And so that was it with that. And plus, she said, "Is there a reason Sonny didn't walk with Nina?" And Carly told her something's going on with his life. And she said, "Sonny always has something going on. He better not bring it to the nurse's ball." And Carly said, "No, you know how he feels about this." She said, "Yeah, I will give him credit for that." That was it, y'all. Let's move on. So then we see Spencer come to the red carpet. You know, Spencer, he pointing, "Hey, what's up?" And then so he put on that Cassadine charm, and Victor is watching him from the car, and he was like, "Yeah, show him the Cassadine, show him who we are, show them their good breeding and all this kind of stuff." I said, "All right." And so Spencer charming Sydney, telling about how, this means a lot to the Cassadines. They are a generous, generous beneficiary. Beneficiary is it anyways, they're generous donors for the nurses ball, and so he's here to represent the family, yada yada yada. And she said, "Well, you are a single eligible bachelor, tell me who you ain't with nobody." So then Trina come on the red carpet, and Spencer looking at Trina, she looking at him, and Sydney looking between the two of them, and she said, "Oh, wait a minute." And so Trina comes up and she tells her she looked real pretty. Trina did look real pretty. I like the fact that they, at first, when this young lady came on the show, they were aging her with her clothing, but I don't know if they changed stylists or if she has more of an input or what, because they've really made, she looks like a young lady. She doesn't look too old in her dress. Her dress doesn't look too, old for her. It looks like a young lady would wear that dress. Even though I like Jocelyn's dress, it was a little older, but I still liked it. I think Jocelyn is a really pretty girl, so she pulled it off. So Spencer and Trina looking at each other, right? And they're like, she said, "Wait a minute, are you two an item?" And Trina said, "No, we're just friends." And Spencer said, "Good friends." I said, "Good friends? What you let me stop." And so she said, "Okay." So they go off or whatever. And then here come Josh. I said, "See, Josh, I was just saying how pretty you were and stuff. And here you go." And she telling Trina, "So it looks like y'all giggles and stuff with Spencer." And she said, "Yeah." And she said, "So why you're his date?" And she said, "No, he came alone. I came alone. Like, it's not like that." And she said, "Well, it looks like he was waiting for you, like he was manipulated." I said, "What? What are you talking about? Why don't you worry about yourself?" And the fact that every time we see you with your mystery man that you won't tell Trina about, even though Trina's not dumb and she knows exactly who it is, she know you with Dex. Why don't you talk about the fact that every time we see you with him, you getting up off your back and the man hasn't even bought you a Happy Meal? Like, how you gonna give Trina advice? You can't even figure this out in your own love life." But anyway, let's move on, because I was like, "Girl, please, you always got something negative to say about somebody." So then we see Ava comes to the red carpet because they had asked Sydney had asked Spencer about Nicholas. And she said, "Well, maybe I can get an answer on where Nicholas is from you, Ava." And Ava said, "Because you're Ava Cassidy." She said, honey, Nicholas and I got a divorce a few months ago. I am Ava Jerome now." And she said, "Okay, well, who is this man on your arm?" She said, "Mr. GH himself." And Austin was like, "Oh, really?" And she said, Gatlin Holt. And she was like, "Yeah, he's a doctor." She said, "Girl, okay." And she said, "Well, I've been through a lot these past this year, and so it's nice to have Austin to lean on, because y'all know they're trying to play up that they're really good friends or whatever, right?" So then Jordan come on the red carpet, and I said, "Jordan, you better walk that walk." Jordan came strutting on that red carpet, because y'all know she used to be a model, so she could do this. And so I was like, "Okay, Jordan, you look good, girl. You're gorgeous." Jordan is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous girl. There is no reason she should have been on this red carpet without a man on her arms or whatever. I would have honestly, y'all know I want Drew and Jordan together. I think they will. I think physically they match to me. So anyway, so she gets on this red carpet, and Sydney is like, "Okay, commissioner." And she said, "Oh, when it's time to take off the suit and everything, I love to get dressed up and whatever." And she says, "And I'm off duty." And then Jordan gets a phone call, so she's like, "Oh, I gotta take this." So she moves off to the side, and then here come Portia walking through. I didn't like her hair. I'm not gonna be honest. I didn't like her hair, but Portia's a beautiful woman. So she walking through, and Sydney Missy Self said, talking like, "Oh, you and Jordan have something in common." And she was like, "What?" And Jordan looked back because she heard her name. She said, both of y'all public service, acts of service or something. And Portia was like, yes, it's good to have that or whatever. So she go up to Jordan afterwards and she said, you know, she did that on purpose. She said, I know, girl. So I like these two being friends. They keep keying about that or whatever. And then they go on. So then Jordan sees, not Jordan, but Portia sees Trina talking to Jocelyn. And damn, Trina turned her back on her mama. It wasn't funny, but I said, dang. And then Josh sees that why Trina turned her back. And I said, be a friend and tell that girl to talk to her mama like Spencer did. But she just started talking about, we're going to kill it on our performance trying to distract Trina. I said, tell that girl to talk to her mama. Stop being that way. But I don't know how I would feel if my mama told me my daddy wasn't my daddy. I don't know. I don't know how I would feel either. So anyway, so Portia needs a drink at this time. So she running goes to get a drink. And as she grabbing for the drink, it's the same one Curtis is grabbing for, right? He said, oh, I'm sorry. And she said, no, I wasn't looking. I was just reaching for something. He said, okay. And then, child, Portia comes up, and so it's Jordan, not Portia. Jordan comes up, so it's Jordan and Portia, and Derek Curtis is in the middle. I said, I know y'all not finna fight over Curtis, not Curtis who was judging you all down, Jordan and Portia, who, well, he forgave you for lying last time. I know y'all not finna do this with Curtis. I know y'all are not. I mean, he cute. I don't understand what y'all see in Curtis. Like, he cute, but he a handsome bastard though, because he don't forgive or forget anything. Let's move on. So then Sam gets on the red carpet and she tripping, child. I said, did she do this on purpose or was that an accident? Well, you almost fall. But Dante got her and they all cute. Baby, I don't care about Dante or Sam. They don't have chemistry to me. So then we go over here and Drew gets on the red carpet. Now you could say a lot about Cameron Matheson, and I have, and I said this role is not for him. But baby, he can wear a suit, he can wear a tux, and so he was looking nice. And she said, "Who's the lady?" And he said, "Well, you never know." Okay, then. And so then Chase and Finn get on the red carpet, and she said, "All you gentlemen look nice, but who's the lady that y'all? I mean, y'all could have did better than coming with your brother as your date." And so then they turn around, they see Elizabeth, and Chase said, "I'll see you over here." So then Elizabeth comes, and they say, "We didn't know if you were gonna make it or not, and it's good to see you here." This is Sydney to Elizabeth. Then Finn says, "You look gorgeous, you look beautiful." And so they talking and he happy she came, right? So that was pretty much it. Now Maxie has called the nurses ball in order. They've opened up the doors and everybody's going in. And then we see Victor. And baby, they have found the car and they got the GPS and everything. They know where Lucy and them are. And they said, well, if Lucy is there, Anna and Valentina are gonna be there too. But I don't know if Lucy gonna be there because Mama acting like she ready to go. But I don't know, y'all. That was General Hospital today, guys. I will be going live for the rest of the nurses ball activities. Well, when the drama starts, because I don't know if it's gonna start tomorrow, so I might not go live tomorrow. But after that, I'm gonna be going live on Lanikia and Lanikia TV. I will see you guys tomorrow for our new episode of What Happened on the Soap General Hospital Edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.